Alright, I had made a video the other night to update with, but then my camera died, and I decided whatever, I'm not even going to deal with it right now. I'll just make a new one in a few days. So, here I am. Yeah, I'm not sure where to start off with. I update pretty much everyone on my blog with what's going on, and I know pretty much the only people who watch this are on my blog, but for those who don't like reading my post, which I honestly don't blame you, I will give you a rundown. Wednesday I had to work 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. I got 2 half-hour breaks, but I got to sit for like a total of like 45 minutes because I had to run to the store for something. What is that? Whatever. Yeah, that was a long day. By the end of the night, my whole body was on fire. Then yesterday I had to close. I worked 4 to close, which was technically 6.5 hours with a half-hour break. And then I was supposed to work 11 to 4 today, but I had a really bad migraine to the point where I was getting really nauseous and trying not to throw up in the car. So I didn't go to work. And then I wasn't going to cancel my night with Adam because I never get to see him anymore, and he's my best friend. And we've had this plan for like 2 weeks now. So I was like, even if I'm sick as hell, I'm having this night. And my migraine was pretty much a constant dull pain up until about 4:35ish, around then. I took Aleve, I took some ibuprofen, and that didn't help. It didn't start to become instead of like a throbbing pain, if that makes sense, till I had a Rockstar energy drink, and that seems to be the only thing that helps it go away. So I'm going to start keeping an emergency stash of energy drinks in the crisper in the fridge, have at least a couple there, because I get migraines almost every month and I don't have insurance to go figure out why I'm getting them. So I'm going to do some research tomorrow. Yeah, Adam came and got us about 5:45, and we went and ran a couple errands at Walmart, and then we went to his house to get my Xbox 360 controller because Anthony bought one, and some games for us to borrow because we don't have any here. He let me borrow Gears of War 2 and Portal 2. Didn't play the first one, but that's what he brought us down, and I specifically asked for Gears. So there's that. We came back and I made us a supreme pizza and some cheese sticks that I bought for that. He bought himself a 12-pack of beer. I bought myself some Mike's Hard Lemonade, and he supplied us with chips. And mine was, I obviously bought the pizza, or well, technically Anthony bought the pizza in exchange for taking some of my booze. So that works out. We watched some Sherlock. He's really into that show. It's hilarious watching him going, "Oh, I love this show." And then Sherlock will go off on one of his little observations, and then he's like, "Oh, I love that man." It's hilarious. It's hysterical. Anakin was really happy to see him. He did not want to go to bed because he knew Adam was here. That was interesting. We got to have some one-on-one time, just like sit out on the porch and talk. That was really nice to just chat one-on-one. And at first he was kind of weird talking to me about this girl he thinks is cute. He's like, "I think it's in poor taste." I'm like, "Dude, you're my best friend. You can talk to me about whatever you want." So he liked that because he wants me to be able to talk to him about guys too. He wants me to be happy. He wants me to have someone. As long as they don't treat me like shit. He said if that happens, then he's going to have a serious problem. And I don't think he knew he was doing it, but he like kind of straightened up and like, you know, did his tough guy shoulder thing. But whatever, it was sweet that, you know, we got that all up there and stuff like that. And we were talking about how great it was to be able to hang out and stuff like that, and how we're going to do it again soon, and that we liked being able to relax and stuff like that, because I haven't had much of a break in the past 2 months from pretty much anything. I've been going and going, and all I've wanted to do lately is sleep. And tomorrow I don't have any plans until noon, so I'm going to try to stay up as late as possible and just sleep in tomorrow, and then get up, do some laundry, and then go to lunch with a friend. What else? Adam talked me into trying Dungeons and Dragons online. I'm liking that a lot so far. I've been playing that a little bit more than WoW, which, speaking of WoW, I have to get on and do my dailies still. What else? I've been seeing a lot of controversial stuff on my blog, and I really want to address that. I actually have one of those things that blocks out certain tags if you put them in, and I can't keep up with them because people keep coming up with new tags to put on these things that I don't want to see on my dash. For me, it's, yeah, I get you want to post your personal opinion, but you don't have to go attacking someone else. And I'm getting really, really sick and tired of seeing the drama on my dash, so I go to block it personally. A lot of it has to do with circumcision, abortion, parenting choices, the election, thoughts on gay marriage, and I actually always stay out of it, and I think that's a big reason I don't get a lot of hate. And I'm not saying it's anyone's fault, because it's not. No one deserves to get the hate they do. I'm just saying I think that's why the only time I've ever really gotten it is when I defended some teen moms on there. And I literally said, if you're gonna attack anyone, come after me, because I'm an adult and I'm just gonna brush it off. And I got like 6 asks, and they all had to do with my son's name and how I'm a bad mom because of that. And I brushed it all off because I know I'm not a bad mom, especially because of my kid's name. My kid's name is Anakin. Woo! Big deal. But I think I'm finally getting on the record here. Yes, my son is circumcised. Does that make me a bad parent? No, it doesn't. Do not attack people who have already circumcised their sons. You cannot go back and change it. And keep bringing up the fact that, it's bad for them, or this research just says this, and this research suggests this. On the internet, and pretty much anywhere, no matter what fucking doctor you go to, you will be able to find someone to support circumcision, or you'll be someone that is against it. There's always going to be 1,000,001 fucking reasons to back up either side. It has nothing to do with you. Unless you are the mother, the father, or any other legal guardian of said child, it has nothing to do with you. Leave it be. I'm tired of people getting attacked for something that happened 2-3 years ago, or that might possibly happen in the next few months when they have their son. It's none of your business. Their son's junk, nothing to do with you. I mean, I make sure my son has his bath. I make sure my son is fed. I make sure my son is, dressed nicely, as, in clean clothes. So, what me and his father decided when he was born back in October of 2009 does not give you the right to say I'm a bad mom because I chopped some of my son's bits off. No. My son's circumcised. Is that any of your fucking business? No. That's the last I'm going to say on this controversial issue, because you know what? It's fucking stupid. That's my opinion. Alright, what's the next one? Abortion. Personally, I could never get one. I couldn't. I don't care if, obviously I would care if I was raped, but if I was raped, I still wouldn't be able to do it. I would probably give that child up for adoption, or I would push through it, because to me, that child did nothing wrong. And just because it happened out of something bad and it would take me a while to get over, does not mean I'm going to take it out on that child. Does that mean I think it should be illegal? No. My personal opinions on the matter have nothing to do with the legality. I would much rather have the option open to women and not have them go back to back alleys and coat hangers, and make sure that they're safe and that they can get it if they decide to. Then that's the way it should be. It can be completely legal, no matter what my personal opinion on the matter is. So arguing over it is kind of pointless to me. I mean, you're taking up time and energy where you could be doing anything else besides arguing on this one point. Alright, what's the next one I said? Parenting choices. That would fall under like cloth diapering, disposable diapering, breastfeeding, formula feeding. I breastfed for 3 weeks. That's it. And then I switched to formula feeding. I beat myself up over it for over 2 years. My son is almost 3. The majority of his life, I beat myself up thinking I was a bad mom because I couldn't breastfeed the whole time. Does it make me a bad mom? No. My son was healthy. Even though it hurt me to have to switch, I did it because he needed to eat. He would latch on and fall asleep within 5 minutes and wouldn't keep feeding. He would just lay there. And my doctors never put 2 and 2 together that I had a C-section. I was on Vicodin after I had him. So what I was taking in my medication was going through to him and knocking him out. I decided I would do both, and I decided to start pumping. I wasn't producing anything. I'd sit there for 45 minutes and get less than an ounce combined. And you know what? I'm just glad he's healthy as hell. He's always been in the top, 10%. He's been in the 90th percentile or whatever since he was a little kid. Or a baby, I should say. He's still technically a little kid. Disposable diapering, cloth diapering. Seriously, what? You're fighting over what kid takes a shit in. My son has been using disposable diapers since he was born. I get the logic and the arguments behind cloth diapering, but I personally could not do it. I mean, more props if you can. Really, more props, but that's just, it's not mine. I try to do things greener. I try to do things more healthy. I do my research, and that's just one thing I couldn't do personally. And I mean, I've actually unfollowed people because I got so tired of seeing people argue and attack and call names, and there's so many other things you could do with your time, and it's like, my God, people, lay off of it. And some of the moms on here are such sweethearts. Like, I'm saying some because I don't obviously follow every single mom on my blog, so I'm just aiming towards the ones I do follow. They're sweethearts. They take care of their kids. They make sure they're happy. They make sure they're healthy. What more do you want? If you're going to sit there and nitpick on every little thing they do, you're going to make them miserable. And kids feel that. Kids they can feel what feelings you're radiating. You can look happy to them and try to act happy, but they're going to feel what's really underneath. And it's not going to do well for them. So upsetting the mom over something that has nothing to do with you, has no effect on your life whatsoever, even if you were to ever meet these people, it radiates back on that child. So in essence, you're trying to argue to make the kid happy and healthy when they already are, and you're going to be the one that makes makes them deteriorate like that, because they need someone, calm around them and everything. I know it's hard all the time, but you don't need to add to that stress. Being a parent is already stressful enough it is. I wouldn't change it for the world, but there are nights I want to pull my hair out. I don't understand how people can, have 5 kids. Seriously, no. 2 is my limit. 2, that's it. And I'm lucky enough that, ask me when I haven't been drinking, and I might say something completely different. But I'm lucky enough that by the time I do settle down and have another one, Anakin's going to be a bit older. So I think having him out of diapers and in school will be a little calming, because then I won't be taking care of 2 itty bitties at a time. I'll be taking care of a child and an infant. So more props that people have a kid every year. I mean, I seriously could not do it. I would go insane. What else? Pot. That's another controversial one. Seriously, it's a plant. As long as it's not being cut with coke or whatever the hell people are splicing it with now, leave it be. It's a fucking plant. Really? I mean, people are like, oh, it's so dangerous. Really? The most dangerous thing I've ever done while high was contemplate if I wanted to take a nap or if I wanted to watch music videos. I mean, oh no, that's a lie. I went down the stairs, which really, if I want to take a nap, is not really the best idea, because then I'm just tired enough as it is. But really, as long as you're not doing anything stupid, like, I don't know, driving a tractor trailer, because, that can't be healthy when you want to take a nap. Or, how dangerous can the munchies be? I mean, I personally don't get the munchies, but I know people that could eat everything in McDonald's while they're high. It's a plant. It makes you hungry, usually. It relaxes you. It mellows you out. Personally, it was legal and you could buy it at like Walmart. I obviously wouldn't do it when my son was awake, but at night when he's sleeping, I would so do that to mellow out, because I don't have insurance for anxiety medication. I don't have insurance for my depression. or my bipolar or anything. So having that readily available would make my life so much easier, because there are days I've sat on the bathroom floor and cried because everything was so overwhelming. Just little things that have added up. A customer's rude to me during the day. I don't make enough money. I feel like a bad mom. Everything hits you at once. And then I start to worry. Is my son going to be unhappy when he's older? Is he going to think I'm a bad mom because I can't buy him the newest Hot Wheels track? Is he going to think I'm a bad mom because I can't buy him the newest skateboarding shoes or something? And everything will weigh me down. And if I honestly was able to just, take a couple puffs and mellow out and be like, yo, I'm going to watch a fucking movie. I'd be so much healthier. I wouldn't have to stress, and stress just makes it worse. It ages you, and I'm 23, and some days I get up and I feel like I'm 40, and I shouldn't. I should feel like I'm fucking 23. But I don't see why everyone's like, oh, it's such a bad drug. You know what's a bad drug? Coke, meth, heroin, ecstasy, whatever other new fucking drugs are coming out with now. I can't even keep up. I'm so glad I don't go out much when it comes to that. But I don't know. Those are the most controversial ones I can think of right now. I'm over it. I'm done. I mean, I'm just gonna keep adding to my list, and if I keep seeing the same things from the same people, I'm just gonna unfollow them, because I go onto my blog to relax, not to see more arguing. I go to get away from that. So that's my view on that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now and just be like, live your fucking life. It doesn't affect you. Shut your mouth. That's all I have to say about it, so I'm done. But to the people that have sat through this and, aren't going to give me hate for it, I love you guys. Oh, and let me get the name. Where is she? There's a mom I actually want to give a shout out to, because we were talking earlier about The Punisher, and she was such a sweetheart. Love Tusk, there we go. She doesn't have her name, but I want to give a shout out to her, because she actually sat and had a conversation with me about The Punisher earlier. And yeah, she made me totally happy, because she proposed. No, but really, thank you for making my day earlier by talking to me about The Punisher, which I can't decide if I want to go watch that again for the third time today or play Gears. Damn. But I will upload this now, and hopefully it uploads before I go to bed.